Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two nice replays in the German Tier 8 Premium Medium Tank, the Panzer 58 Mutz. Now if you do like the video, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe down below, as it really does help out the channel. And yes, the Panzer 58 Mutz, it is a pretty damn nice Tier 8 Premium Medium Tank. Most people will have this vehicle because it's been given away quite a few times now at this point. And it was one of those tanks that I used to... when this tank first came out, right, I bought it because, number one, it looks cool. It just looked unique. I thought it looked cool. Having the gun that it has, I thought it would be a pretty nice medium tank. And I played it and I was not enthused. I didn't really, to be honest, enjoy the tank whatsoever. But they've given it so many buffs over the years that I've been over in previous videos on this vehicle that it is now such a fantastic Tier 8 medium tank. It's average in its mobility, but it's got really good gun handling now. It's got really good DPM. Its alpha is impactful for its tier. It's got pretty damn good penetration. It's got good view range, well, average view range really for a Tier 8 medium tank. Camo-wise, it's okay, but not brilliant. It's just one of those where you sit there and go, it's a really damn solid Tier 8 medium tank. You can have some great games in it. Does it struggle in certain situations? Yes, but for the most part, it is a glorious tank to play. And it is all down to the gun handling buffs and the alpha buff. The alpha buff was a massive one, to be fair, for the Mutz. Because this tank used to have 240 alpha. And then it got buffed to 280 alpha. And it was like, oh, this is quite nice. And then they buffed it to 300. And the 300 alpha with the near 3k DPM is really lovely. Because you feel impactful when you hit people. You're not hitting people for 240, you're hitting them for 280 to 320. And you are really taking off big chunks of hit points. And it's nice not just for those top tier games where you feel like you're more impactful because you're taking more hit points off those lower tiers. And so they're a little bit scared of you. Or there's more impactful on those tanks, right? But it also is nice for when you end up in those bottom tier matchups where you don't feel like you're just sort of slicing at the tier 10s. You're starting to really impactfully hurt them because you've got alpha that's similar to a couple of the tier 10 mediums with similar guns, right? So the Mutz has a 50 km/h top speed with a 20 km/h reverse speed, 600 horsepower engine, which is 17.09 horsepower per ton ratio, which means you have an average top speed realistically for a medium tank and a good reverse speed, and you will get there quite easily with that horsepower per ton ratio. 12% internal fire chance is on the low end of fire chances, so that's pretty nice. 50 degrees a second on the hull rotation speed means this tank does turn its tracks very, very quickly, with ground resistances that are superb, meaning they do not hold this vehicle back whatsoever. You don't need to focus on them. You've got 322 metres of still concealment, with 331 metres of on-the-move concealment, which means your concealment isn't bad for saying we haven't really helped it that much, except for a couple of crew perks. And especially your on-the-move concealment is pretty good for a medium like this, which is why we helped it. You could make that better if you were to run the camouflage net. It's down to you and how you want to feel comfortable playing this vehicle, because it can get way better than that with a camo net. You can knock it down to like 280, which is good. 486 metres of view range means you can spot for yourself really easily in this vehicle. You've got 47.78 degrees a second on the turret rotation speed, which is that little bit slower than the hull rotation, but the turret traverse is actually very, very good in general. 0.75 accuracy during rotation is pretty nice with the build that we run. That's running the gun stabilizer to make it as good as possible. With the accuracy during movement of 1.28, which is absolutely amazing. And that's the reason I dropped the camo net for the gun stabilizer, is so that I can get that fantastic accuracy during movement and rotation, so that this aim circle is always ready to go, and I'm always ready to snap shots and use this fantastic DPM and alpha on this vehicle to be able to just keep the shots and the damage flowing in general. You got 1.75 second aim time as well, which means the gun does aim in very, very quickly, which is why I say you could quite happily drop the gun stabilizer to run the camo net to make the camo better if you can stand the gun. It's just that I kept getting frustrated because I had to sit and wait for an extra second or two to be able to aim the gun to be able to get the damage, which this tank doesn't really have much armor, so sitting around sometimes means you will take a hit, and it's nice to be able to just go, snap, hit, right? You got 10 degrees of gun depression, which is very nice for the Mutz. You got to be careful, though, over the left-hand side and the right-hand side of the tracks, as you can lose that gun depression. Be very, very careful of that with Mr. Mutz. And then you got a 5.98 second reload, which is 3k DPM, which is absolutely amazing, with 0.26 accuracy at 100 meters. That first game you did see, we finished with the Ace, the high caliber Confederate, with 5k damage, 1309 assistance, 1950 base XP. A really great game there for the Panzer 58 Mutz while we were top tier. But yeah, that DPM at 3000 DPM is very nice. 5.98 second reload. 300 alpha on this tank with that DPM is glorious for a tier 8 medium tank. And then you've got 212 penetration on the standard AP rounds with a 259 penetration on the premium APCR, which actually has really nice velocity as well. As you've got 1000 meters a second shell velocity on the standard AP and 1250 meters a second shell velocity on the premium APCR, which means the velocity on those APCR is great. You don't have to give too much lead at distance to be able to hit the targets, whereas you bang average in terms of your AP velocity. But yeah, that 1.75 second aim time is very nice for the old Mutz. Means you are ready to aim a lot of the time. Oh, that is super satisfying. Thank you, Mr. Vigilante, for just YOLOing into me. So what do I run in terms of crew equipment to get those statistics on this vehicle? Well, I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Camouflage Expertise, Silent Driving, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Run and Gun, with the Advanced Loader, Gun Stabilizer, the Optics. Optics to be able to get that 486 meters of view range, Gun Stabilizer to get the accuracy during rotation and movement down as low as possible, so it's basically always ready to shoot, so I don't have to aim for too long. The Advanced Loader to get the best out of that DPM. All 3 gun perks to get the best out of the gun, again, so I'm always ready to snap the shots. With the Camouflage Expertise and the Silent Driving to just help the camouflage that little bit and keep the camo while moving down as low as it is at 331, so that I don't get spotted as easily while I'm on the move. But yeah, like I say, if you were to decide that I'm happy with the gun handling, I want to run the camo net instead of the gun stabilizer. The accuracy during movement goes to 1.6 with the rotation to 0.93, which is still pretty damn good. It just means you experience the aim circle blooming out a little bit, and you have to wait that extra split second to be able to put a shot in, which leaves you exposed for that split second longer when this tank doesn't have any armor to bounce anything, which can be a bit frustrating. But then you knock the camo down to 282, which is really, really nice and helps you to be more stealthy, right? So it's a trade-off. It's down to you and how you want to play the vehicle. So this second game, we are on this map, which is Erlenberg, and we are in the worst matchmaking we could see. We're in a tier 10 game, and we're up to 1606 damage so far, and we're just playing peekaboo with some very hefty tier 9 and 10 heavy tanks that we've got to be careful of. So we're not giving them the opportunity to shoot at us, we're waiting for them to fire and then take the opportunity to get a shot in, and then also just being as careful as humanly possible, waiting for them to make the mistakes, which is what you want to do, because this tank is a support medium tank. It doesn't want to be the frontline brawler at times. You want to be going, okay, you guys have bounced the shot, you guys are taking the hits, you guys are the focus of the attention. I'm going to now use my DPM to make it so that even though they're hitting you, they're dying for it. And that's what you want to do with the old Mutzy boy. And going hull down with the gun depression, like I say, is something that can be useful for this vehicle so that you're limiting the amount of tank that people have to shoot at, because you don't really have much armor and it is quite easily to pen on this vehicle. The only thing you got to be careful of with the Mutz when you're shooting at it is that it does have weird angles on the turret. So even though it's not really got much armor, it occasionally bounces shots that you sit there going, oh really? Oh okay. And it's worse when you're playing the Wraith, which is a different armor profile, to be fair, with spaced armor slapped all over it. But you get that, you get bouncers on it that you sit there going, what? Alright then, game, you know? So we've got the premium in because we are facing some superly duperly heavily armoured vehicles, and 212 penetration is going to struggle against these vehicles, whereas 259 pen is not. We're being very, very careful of that E100, as the E100 will chunk us. We don't want to die at this point, especially if he's got the big gun. I've not quite seen if he's got the big gun at this point. It's a little bit more difficult to tell, though, with the Ice Queen skin which gun that they actually have on that vehicle. So we're at 2.5k damage, and again, you can see I'm just being as careful as possible. We're looking for that little top section on the Ho-Ri 2, as that is a vulnerable spot to shoot, especially when you've got the high penetration like we've got on the premium round, and we managed to get rid of him. We go for the track and pen there on the E100, but sadly, it just does track damage only. Going for that tracking shot in the hope that people go and smash him. The E100 drives around, puts a massive shot in, and we get the tracking assist. Again, go for that track, but this time we don't track, we pen it. So we'll take the damage. We're up to 3,000 damage with 1,099 assistance. Oh, the 705A gets tracked and penned, and I thought with 259 penetration, I'm going through that guy at that angle. Sadly not. 114 SP2 is on this front line now, which is a tank that doesn't really have much armor, so we shouldn't struggle to go through it. But I still need the premium round to be able to even think about going through the 705A from the front. Oh, that 114 SP2 didn't have a good time, as he got chonked by the Chaug. The Falcon T92 and the 705A Oh, well, the 705A's been awkward. The T92 ends up getting shut down, and I can't go. That 705A will kill me in one shot, and I don't particularly want to die at this section, as we have a pretty nice game so far. He fires at the Chow, so I was like, okay, it's time. Now he's fired, I can move, but he gets finished off by the 705. Or the Chow, sorry. There's 2 tanks left on the enemy team. There's the SU-101. I don't need premium for the SU-101, so we're just waiting for the shell to go in, put the shot towards the lower plate. We do track damage only, and he got unspotted. Again, we didn't need the APCR, so I thought, okay, I'm going to load the AP so I'm not wasting more silver, essentially. We get the tracking shot, hoping that someone actually shoots him so I get the tracking assist, but no one does. We do get a shot into his lower plate this time, hoping for the track and pen now. He's giving us his side. We don't track him, but we do pen him, securing our 4,200 damage with 1,166 assistance damage. The victory, the 1 kill, the nice, decent amount of silver for saying how we had to fire a lot of premium. The ace tanker, the Confederate, with the 2,037 base XP. That was a really great game there for the Mutz in what was a tier 10 game. It's always nice to, again, have those kind of games when you are bottom tier. And it's a fully capable vehicle. The DPM and the Alpha is what makes this vehicle pretty nice. If you can play it in that support role where you can keep this gun flowing, it will rack up. It's surprising how fast that damage racks up, and it is a pretty damn nice medium tank, this Panzer 58 Mutz. But as I say, most people do have it because it's been given away God knows how many times. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.
A great success.